It is a Friday morning here in the Sunrise Show. We are ready for the weekend. Is that safe to say? Everyone on board with that plan?
Ready.
Yes. Chris McGinnis so ready he didn't even come to work today. Ashley Grams is in for Chris doing traffic, but first, Rodney's got our first look at weather this hour.
We have a dry Friday and a pretty view from the Wells Fargo Tower building this morning. You see some blue up there, a little bit of cloudiness hanging down low. So far, not getting reports of many fog pockets. I believe there are some out there, but generally we're waking up to some sunshine here in Portland. 53 is the number out the door, and here are the cool spots on the map. Remember, this was supposed to be a cool start, and we have a 48 in Battleground, a 49 at Pearson Airfield up in Vancouver now, and we have 44 in Hillsboro, Sherwood, Tigard in the 40s, McMinnville now in the 40s, Silverton in the 40s, and Salem is at 52. So be prepared for that out the door. Some clouds out along the Columbia River in Portland at 6 a.m. Partly cloudy at noon, 64. We'll cloud up this afternoon, but we'll stay dry, and we'll only get up to about 73, so comfortable weather continues. Here's Ashley Grams.
We'll start on Sunset Highway this morning. This is eastbound through the Vista Ridge Tunnel, and not too busy yet at 6 a.m. this morning. Hopefully some other people also got to take that three-day weekend. We'll take you out a little bit further east here to 84. This is 84 at 102, 102nd. Looking good out there as well. But for those of you who are in Lynn County, I want to give you a warning that it looks like we have a reported crash here just east of Albany, just north of Lebanon. This looks like the intersection between 20 and 226. We'll continue to watch that this morning. China, Drew.
All right, thank you, Ashley. Getting back to our top story this morning, members of Boeing's largest workers union officially went on strike just a few hours ago at midnight.
An overwhelming majority of the 33,000 members of the Machinists Union voted in favor of the strike, 1,300 of them local. Our Thomas Schultz joins us live from Boeing's facility in Gresham. Thomas, what's it looking like out there?
Yeah, well, guys, I mean, you can see all around us, there's picketers out here. These machinists have been out here since midnight. All this morning, more have come to join them on the picket lines. And this comes after the Machinists Union rejected a labor contract and voted to strike. That vote was overwhelming. More than 94% voted in favor of the strike. 13 of these workers are here in Gresham. And when the union walks off, historically, it takes a while for a contract resolution to come into place. The shortest strike they've ever had is 19 days, the longest 20 weeks, and that last one was back in 2018. That lasted almost 2 months, 57 days, costing Boeing $2 billion in profits, according to analysts. Now, one of the biggest reasons workers say they're striking is because they want Boeing to reinstate their pension.
A big thing for us, too, is that it's a 4-year contract and not a 16-year contract. We had a bunch of extensions. That made it where we couldn't bargain. That's why they're so upset. We've gone so long and not be able to negotiate wages and benefits and all of the stuff that goes with that. And they were expecting a lot more because it's been so long, and they didn't get it.
And that's been a big thing out here. These workers saying this is their first contract negotiation in 16 years, and they want a pay increase to boot. Now, in response, a Boeing spokesperson says in a statement, the tentative agreement reached with union leadership was clearly not acceptable to members, though they remain committed to resettling the relationship and eventually reaching a deal. Though at the same time, guys, I mean, this strike could have a big economic impact. Aviation experts say that one Boeing job equates to 4 indirectly impacted jobs as well. Guys?
All right, Thomas Schultz live for us this morning there in Gresham. We'll have more from Thomas coming up in our next half hour of Sunrise. We also want to pass this along. An Alaska Airlines flight headed from Nashville to Seattle scratched its takeoff yesterday. Here's why. The FAA says the plane's tires blew out when it slammed on the brakes to avoid colliding with another plane, a Southwest plane that was cleared to cross that same runway. Officials say no one was hurt, though, and all the passengers on board that flight were put on another flight to Seattle. The NTSB and FAA are investigating.
In the meantime, 2 Alaska Airlines pilots were honored for safely landing their Boeing 737 MAX after that door plug blowout back in January. Both received the Superior Airmanship Award from the Airline Pilots Association. Federal transportation investigators say bolts meant to keep the door plug in place appeared to have been missing when the aircraft was delivered new to Alaska.
In other local news this morning, police arrested the minor who they say is responsible for a social media threat made against Sweet Home High School. And for the second day in a row, all schools in that district, the Sweet Home School District, are closed. Police say the boy, who is not a student in the district, made a reference to the high school in an online post while he was holding a pistol. Then around 5 o'clock yesterday evening, they found him and took him into custody. The boy, who police arrested, faces several charges, including disorderly conduct and unlawful possession of a firearm.
The Mount St. Helens Visitor Center in Castle Rock will be closed from September 30th until May of next year to update its exhibits. The Sequest State Park will also be closed starting on Sunday through mid-October for road maintenance work. After the road work is complete, the park will remain open through the winter for camping and day use.
The National Park Service has lifted fire restrictions at Crater Lake National Park as fire danger levels drop in that area. Having a campfire is still prohibited, though, except in certain spots like official campgrounds. Fires and grills also have to be fully contained and properly extinguished after use. This morning, Beaverton police are warning about fake fundraising accounts for 32-year-old Melissa Jubain. Jubain is the local nurse who was found dead last weekend. Police say this GoFundMe page up on your screen right now is the only one that is tied to Jubain's family. Jubain was reported missing after she didn't show up for work last week. She was later found dead. 27-year-old Bryce Schubert was arrested in connection with her murder. His preliminary hearing is scheduled for Monday.
The FDA has authorized the first over-the-counter hearing aid software device. After the feature is installed on compatible versions of the Apple AirPods, users will be able to customize them to their hearing needs. It will be for people ages to 18 years or older with mild to moderate hearing impairment. In a clinical study, 118 people with variations of hearing loss demonstrated similar benefits as those who received professional fitted hearing aids.
Student loan company Navient reached a $120 million settlement in a lawsuit that was brought on by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. That suit claimed that Navient provided bad information to borrowers, causing a lot of them to pay more than they needed towards their loans. Navient stopped handling student loans in 2021, but at one point it was the largest student loan servicer in the entire country, managing the accounts of more than 12 million people.
Today is Friday the 13th. Which usually is associated with bad luck. And if you have a fear of Friday the 13th, it's called, get ready,
paraskevidekatriophobia.
Say that 3 times.
Paraskevidekatriophobia, 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 go.
You're a talented man, Drew Carney. Anyways, but today there's a bit of good luck for fast food lovers. Krispy Kreme is giving out a dozen original glazed donuts for just 13 cents. There's a catch. You have to buy a regular dozen. And every Friday through the end of the year, Wendy's Rewards members can get a fry of any size with any purchase. In the app, you can also get a small Frosty for just $1 through the end of September.
Side note, one of the greatest crispy chicken sandwiches in the world at Wendy's. Before we get to Rod, though, we will not talk fast food. Yeah, this is awesome. This is Jackie. Jackie just made it to the semifinals of the American Humane Society's annual Hero Dog Awards. These awards are a national competition that recognize dogs who make a difference. They could be in areas of service, military, law enforcement. Jackie is an explosive detection canine that works in 3 counties here in the Portland area. You can vote for Jackie right now at herodogawards.org.
He looks like a distinguished gentleman in that picture.
His eyes are fixed on something there. Perhaps it's Rodney's forecast.
Doubtful.
It's amazing, getting back to paraskevidekatriophobia.
Oh.
It's amazing how many things I'm bad at and the weird things that I'm actually good at. So I guess pronouncing weird long words is something I can do, Ron.
You are very, I would not even try. I
wish I could
fail.
walk and chew gum. That would be nice.
I believe we have some blue sky in Lincoln City. The coast will see early sunshine and then cloud up during the day today. Your temperature from the Lincoln City area is 54 degrees. The camera from Chinook Winds Casino Resort. Here's a look at definitely some blue sky over Portland. The early morning pre-sunrise colors from the Wells Fargo Tower camera. We are at 53, but some of you are in the 40s, especially as you jump over the West Hills and head out into Washington County. A lot of 40-degree temperatures. It will be a dry Friday. Here we are this morning. There's a weather system offshore. We will get these clouds increasing coming into our skies during the afternoon hours today. It will be partly to mostly sunny, though, central and eastern Oregon, so enjoy that. And then here's your weekend. The green specks, a chance of a scattered shower, but it's looking like, I think there will be a scattered shower on the radar passing at some point tomorrow. We're just not going to see much rain. Most of the time you're out and about this weekend, it will simply be dry and kind of partly sunny. It stays dry tomorrow in central and eastern areas, but you will see increasing cloud cover. And then the latest modeling likes to take Sunday's rain chance and keep it, here it comes Saturday night and Sunday. and keep it offshore. So if that's correct, Sunday would be dry. I'm saying there's still the chance of a shower. We will see showers in central and eastern Oregon on Sunday. Some of those could be thunder boomers, if you will. All right, for today, it's mainly 70s inland. The clouds increase here on the west side. Sunshine shines on the east side. Portland 7-day, 73 today, 70 degrees both days this weekend for mainly dry weather. And we're still expecting a pretty wet system to drop in Tuesday and bring some widespread steady rain, at least later in the day into Tuesday night. And that is your forecast.
Rod, in your most enthusiastic voice, can I hear you say, I am ready for some football?
I am ready for some football.
Oh, that works out nicely. We have football on the show here. Big matchup tomorrow, of course, between Oregon State and Oregon. And we're also talking about the 4 new schools who are joining the Beaver-led Pac-12 Conference.
Because I was like, man, I'm never going to see USC play, Oregon State at all. But now, just hearing about the new news, it makes me feel excited again.
Yep, Oregon State and Washington State have some new company. We're going to talk about that coming up next.